Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Falconry Journals. We're back at it. The boys certainly more than I am at the moment. Come and join us hare hawking. But before we get into that, if you remember the recent journal, I said, I did miss last times, I said I'll review some of the books I've got. I've got loads of Falconry books, as well as some of the YouTube channels I watch. Now, YouTube channels, as I said before, I don't watch that many. I don't get that much time, and I don't watch too many too avidly. It's kind of like what mood I'm in when I've got a couple of minutes, who's I watch. There are some favourites. They're not all Falconry, but I'm going to touch on another Falconry one. Ben Woodruff from America. Ben Woodruff, if you don't watch his channel, subscribe to it. He's really knowledgeable. He's kind of fun as well, which always helps, doesn't it? He's knowledgeable. He has so much Falconry experience. And of course, if you're here in the UK where I am, you learn a little bit about how things are done sometimes slightly differently over in the States. Do you know what? Go onto his channel, scroll through the videos right the way to the beginning, and look at some of the stuff he did that wasn't Falconry. Some of the stuff about dinosaurs or thylacines. This guy's really knowledgeable, and they're really interesting videos to watch. So Ben Woodruff, highly recommend. If you're into Falconry and you haven't found his channel yet, subscribe to that channel. It really is full of nuggets of information. This guy, Ben, he'll admit he's got ADHD. I don't know where he finds the time to fit his life into the time that he has. I think I'm always over busy. I'm always told I take on too much and I do too much all at the same time. But I think Ben takes it to a whole new level. He's an animal educator like myself, so some sort of similarities there. I'm passionate about what he does. But I say, honestly, go and look at some of his early non-Falconry YouTube videos on his channel. Really, really interesting. Give him a like, definitely subscribe to his channel, and let's just have a quick look at one of my most important books in my collection. It really, really is. Without this book, I would have struggled even more at the beginnings of my Falconry than I actually did. So a really good book. If you can get it on Amazon or anywhere, secondhand, cheap, it's not that dear at the moment. It's not like some of the collector's Falconry titles that have gone out of the realms of sort of being able to afford for most Falconers. It's a really great book to read, even if times have moved on a little bit from when it was written. Enjoy the rest of the video. Please subscribe. When you're watching this, we must be at nearly 1,000 subscribers. Please be part of that first 1,000 if it isn't now already, and then let's jump ahead to 10,000 subscribers in the future. Thanks for your support, guys. Enjoy. So here it is, Falconry and Hawking, Philip Glazier. Outdated by modern standards, written before the internet and the Harris hawk had actually taken over the world. But this book really is, I think, if you had to sit down and write a book, how to teach and train someone Falconry, with no access to anything else or anyone else, this book really, I don't think, can be bettered. It is so full of detail. It really, really does give you the opportunity. Lure swinging, this is where I learned how to swing a lure from, this book, this sequence. It's as good as you can get for putting someone in isolation, giving them a hawk and a kit, or even just the leather, and saying, this is how to train your hawk. It is so detailed and so good, and still stands up to time today. But of course, some of the kit now and the ideas, we do things slightly differently now. I certainly do, but without this book, I don't know whether I'd be here. Without the internet, knowing only 1 or 2 falconers locally, this is the book that helped me, without a doubt, learn so much and get involved in the art of falconry. So we're out with the boys. We're out today hare hawking with Zara, who this season hasn't failed on every outing hare hawking. We've got Zeus here and Tommy with his imprinted male Harris hawk. Nice weather, in fact, it's really nice weather because it's been so wet and windy lately. So we'll see how we get on. really see there the hare's tactics. There's not a lot of wind today, so not a lot of wind for them to run into to slow the birds down. But of course, hills there are, and hills are permanent. They know the lie of the land inside out. That hare didn't run away from us. It ran kind of across our path, but heading uphill. And you saw even that fit hawk getting drained as it got towards the top of that hill, and it lost its momentum, and the hare made cover. These guys are master escape artists, and that's their job, and that is how they live their life. Don't think you can see it on the camera, probably hear it. This road, countryside road, honestly, you know, you'd be lucky to see a car go down here 10 years ago. It is just non-stop traffic. Once upon a time, in his early years, Zeus actually flew down that hill and he landed on that road and waited for me. So I don't fly the fields near the road, and I certainly don't fly if the quarry is going in that direction anymore. The chance of him getting run over before was worrying, but nowadays, crikey, I dread to think. The world has got very busy. So the boys are working this cover. The only thing that's going to get flown is anything that breaks across and runs up there, which often do. But of course they often don't. They hug the cover, they hug the hedge line, and so far a fox, a muntjac and the hare have all come out across the corner in the centre of the picture there, straight into the hedgerow. Interesting. Also nice to see the wildlife as well, but we'll see if anything breaks.
That's it. That's it. Oh no, she lost it.
Ha! It's massive hare as well, isn't it? Oh, what a roly-poly. Wow. That bird is dynamite though, isn't it? Again. That's took the steam out of her though. Wow. What a determined hawk. Oh my goodness. Oh. She's still flying it after 3 attempts. She's still flying it. Oh. She's still flying it. That is ridiculous.
Nearly. Oh, just flying along this hedge. Oh, a wild peregrine came down and stooped her twice, and she bailed up into that hedge, hiding. I didn't think she'd get the hare, but I had to run, make sure that peregrine didn't hurt her. Oh.
Well, we've just walked up this patch of cover for Alan and Tommy.
Get him out of habit.
Alan left the fist and hovered like a kestrel, and then he dived into the brush and he caught himself a nice chubby little vole, much to Tommy's disgust.
And Alan.
Yeah.
That year on Malton when it was like a vole plague.
Yeah,
It's just constant.
Because Zara's just took on a slip of a hare that was actually running along that distant hedge line, and then she anticipated going over that hedge far away, and just carried on flying out of sight, chasing the hare, or trying to catch up with a very long range slip. The sort of thing a golden eagle should be taking on, not a Harris's hawk. And now Kyle's gone off to find that. The boys put out a brilliant flight at muntjac from a little tiny rough patch. and Zeus, he just had the best slip. It really did run in a very sporting direction. Really fast, he didn't miss a beat, and this bird hasn't flown at Quarry now for obviously 3 or 4 weeks, I think. And sadly tagged it, and it still jinked, and it still made cover. Here comes Kyle.
Right down now. It's somewhere out here, 30 yards. We walk to the tree. I'm right in. Ah! Oh, yep. Oh, what a course. I mean, that hare, my God, he's got some moves. Well, we've had an epic day. We've done some miles, my back's killing me, and we've seen very, very little game indeed. Zara, girl of the match, she has flown distances that would make any eagle falconer proud. It's absolutely ridiculous. And we've just ended the day, 2 back-to-back flights, and she's caught something. Carl said it's not a particularly large hare, but for that bird's mentality, after this amount of work, goodness me, food well deserved indeed. Zara the Harris's hook, £2.8 today, absolute machine.